Hello and welcome to this video, my first YouTube video ever. And you're probably wondering why I'm doing this. Like, why am I recording a YouTube video? Why I'm recording myself in general? And if you don't know me, and probably you won't, I need to tell you that it's actually 3 years that I'm out of social media completely. I actually deleted Instagram and TikTok for 1 year, so not having social media on my phone at all. And for the other 3 years, I worked for other people using their socials, doing um, different things like from graphic designer to setter to closer to social media manager, like bunch of works and different jobs. And so I was using social media, but not my Instagram profile. And why am I here? Because after 3 years, I realized many things. After 3 years, completely isolating myself, I actually been through a lot. And of course, a lot of changes from the last time I used social media, posted a story. The last time I posted a story was in 2022, 23, like it was around June. And I'm going to explain you my story because I want to come back. I want to come back on social media. So let me just explain why I stopped using social media. And it was because I used to use social media for work. I used to do network marketing. I did it for 3 years, 3 years enough. So I used to get clients from social media and I had a reason to use them. But then when I stopped doing network marketing and I quit that job for many reasons. I'm not here talking about this, but it wasn't like a decision of mine. Actually, my company just decided to close. And since I was like really in love with the product that they were selling, I chose to not join another network and I just like change my path. Also because other reason, of course, that's not the only one reason, but there were many reasons, and so I took my decision back then. And in the same time, I was actually dating a guy from network marketing, and he actually continued with his business. So I kept staying in that environment for a year. I actually moved to another city for him and in the beginning for the business as well, because many people of my team were in that city. So I just found myself in a city I didn't want to be around people I didn't belong anymore. And I had to choose what to do of my life. So, making things short, I decided to look in and I opened some Airbnbs. I had some houses from my family and I started rented them. And at the same time, I actually started to learn how to trade, like daily trading. And for 1 year, 2023, I locked myself in the fucking house. Like I was completely isolated. Like the only person I was seeing is my ex-boyfriend and his friends, let's say. And I actually like day traded 24/7. Like I studied and I look at the market. I was into trading so much and I actually ended up making a lot of money. And in the meanwhile, I took a time for reflect on my life, on myself. I look at myself in the mirror and I didn't recognize myself anymore. I didn't like who I was. And I was wondering why people are following me. Like, I hate myself. Like, I'm disgusting. Like, I was looking at myself and didn't like at all what I was becoming. So at the same time, while I locked in, like trying to make money basically, I took the decision to take the gym seriously. I've been struggling with my body and with weight loss for all my life. I can say that. Since middle school, I'd say, when people started making fun of my body because After a summer in the US, I gained some kilos, and when I came back, like people like noticed my change and start making fun of my body. I always be active as a girl, as a kid. I did many sports and I played volleyball for 8 years. I did swim, dance, gymnastic, athletic. But volleyball was the more challenging because I always be overweight. And you know, the short shorts that volleyball players wear, I was so embarrassed to wear them. Also because I'm really white, like I'm a red hair with white skin, and so my big leg white, you know, it wasn't a really good fit. And I always felt like out of the box because all the other girls were skinny and were faster, and you know, so I always tried to lose weight during my journey. And with high school, people and boys mostly were really making fun of me because they used to say like, and I used to hear like some comments like, she's pretty, but if she only were thinner, you know, like it's not okay like this. And those comments were hurting myself so much, and they were going into my head like so deep. And so I tried to lose weight, and I tried, like, I mean, I tried because I never figured how to lose weight, how to have a great body. And for 10 years of my existence, I've been in this condition of always trying to find a solution for myself. And I actually ended up also with binge eating. And I used to eat a lot, going to my grandparents' kitchen and eat whatever I was finding because, you know, grandparents like have a lots of food in their kitchen. So, yeah, everything I was finding from gelatos to pasta or pizzas or crackers or like whatever, cakes. I was like putting everything in my mouth until I was like really feeling bad and really feeling to throw up like everything because I couldn't like handle any more food. And I forced myself to throw up after that. And I didn't tell anybody I did this. Then summer, it was 2013, I was planning a trip to US. I was an exchange student in the US, and since I was really embarrassed to go out in the summer because, as I told you, like I really had issues with my body and I wasn't wearing bikini at all. I was avoiding pool. And so all my friends during the summer, you know, used to go to pools, to clubs, beaches, and I locked myself in the house. It was 2014. I was around like 16 years old and was so ashamed that during the day I just stayed at home all day, like watching Netflix. And during that time, I remember that I said, that's enough. I can't my body control my life anymore because I was avoiding to do things because of my body. And that time I actually stopped eating at all. Like I was eating probably a salad a day and telling my mom like, yeah, I had lunch, but I didn't actually had anything during the day. Like I was like only drinking water and jumping rope all the time, and I actually lost some weight. Like I was actually kind of thin, and then I went to the US, and after 9 months you can just imagine that I gained all my kilos back and even more. So I came back and it was my last year of high school, and I was fat and I was playing volleyball, and I was just like being okay with being fat. And so I understand what it means struggling with losing weight. After that, I moved to another city for university because you need to know that all of my life I really had a lot of struggle, not just with my body. And I also used to doing drugs and drink alcohol during my growth, especially during that time, just to avoid that pain of my life, basically. and always tried to escape. First in the US for a year, and then I moved to another city for university. And actually, the silly thing is that I didn't like really decide the university. I actually decide like I'm going to move to another city and university, like whatever, it's okay. And then I ended up doing interior design just because it wasn't like a lot to study and I thought it was easy. It actually ended up like not being easy at all. But anyways, the interesting part and the part I want to talk about in this video because it's all about fitness and my journey with my body and my confidence, my attitude, and my transformation. Let's say is that in 2018 I started to date a guy, and it was this guy who was really into gym, and he actually wanted to gain weight because it was like really thin, really skinny, and he brought me to the gym for the first time. And I quit volleyball at the time because new city, no team, and new habits, and I wasn't training anymore. And he brought me to the gym and said like, just come with me and just train, like let's do it together. And that one was a really toxic relationship because I was like a toxic person. I was insecure, I didn't have respect for myself, so how could I pretend it from others? But going to the gym, it was actually what that relationship left me with, because that changed my whole life. Because I didn't see results overnight, of course, but I started for the first time to eat and understand what eat actually meant. Because from that time, I didn't have idea of healthy eating even meant. So I started actually to count macros and to learn like all about this. I hired a personal trainer. Actually, I think I changed like 10 personal trainer during those years, because every single one was like saying to me like to eat more, and saying to myself to eat more. Like I just started to gain weight and I hate myself even more, because I used to be always a fat girl, a overweight girl, and if I hire a personal trainer and to just say to me like to eat more, and I gain more fat and I see myself more bad, like I just fire you, you know. I just like quit every personal trainer I was working with because I didn't understand what was behind that eat more. After 2 years of university, like trying and training personal trainers and ups and downs and hard work with university and struggles and struggle with that relationship and stuff, I graduated and locked myself in again for another summer, because guess what, I didn't like my body again, and so didn't went to summer, didn't went to beaches, didn't went to pools and stuff. So I locked myself in. It was July, August 2019 back then, and I locked myself in. I tried to lose weight because I was supposed to go to Indonesia in September, and I just wanted to have a great body for when I went there. I did intermittent fasting for 60 days in a proper way, like not every day, but also I'm not here to explain like how intermittent fasting works, but I did that and I trained a lot. I took my steps every single day and I actually lost weight, but I wasn't looking good. I was skinny, I was thin, but it wasn't looking good because I was skinny fat, you know. In 2 months you can build the body of your dreams. And over all the years I went to the gym, but I kind of struggle with it and I push myself but not in a proper way. So I was keeping myself healthy, but when I cut, I was eating basically nothing and I wasn't like looking really good. And the most important thing is I wasn't feel confident at all. And after that, I came back. It was 2019. So, you know, it came COVID and pandemic, and I was by myself in Milan, living alone by myself. And I locked myself in, but not locking in at all, because I was like kind of doing workouts, like home workouts, but I actually gained a lot of weight. Like I was really heavy at that time. And after the pandemic, I was really, really heavy. Then, as I told you before, I started working with network marketing and I started my business online and I put all my single energy to that thing. And so I was working days and nights, like 24/7, to build something, to build my freedom because I was so into that. And it took me 2020, 21, 22 until I stopped. And during those years, I put so much work, but none of work on my body. And so that time I reached my heaviest and I was disgusting to my eyes and I was really fat. And when I quit network marketing, I locked in like seriously for that time, and I did a reverse diet for 1 year till 2023, and I stick to my fucking plan without any personal trainer. I did everything by my own because during the years, I mean after 8 years or 7 years, whatever, I actually studied like a lot. I always wanted to understand how our body works, and I put all the information I had in my mind and I did this reverse diet. I count my macros and I went on a cut at the end of the year. And I arrived at December 2023 that I reached like my thinnest ever, eating like 200 carbs in my high days. And I don't really know the calorie now, but I was eating like a lot. And so I was really proud of what I built. And this is the body I reached after 1 year of lock in. And after that, the thing that actually changed is that relationship I was in. It wasn't really good. It was kind of toxic because I wasn't myself. I actually detached from the person I was inside, and I had problems with them, with the relationship, and with who I was becoming. So I had the strength to break up with my ex-boyfriend, and I had the strength because that relationship wasn't right for me. I understood that many times before, but I wasn't ready. Like I wasn't strong enough to break up because I was thinking that my whole world was falling apart after that. And after my physical transformation and everything that I built during the years, I find my strength again because as I told you, like I wasn't recognize myself in that relationship. I knew that I was more. I knew that I wasn't, in some ways I was actually acting like. And so I find myself again, and we broke up, and it was January 2024, and my life changed from day to another because we were living together in a city that was not my city, and I didn't have any friends. But I started Airbnbs, so I moved to one of my Airbnb, and during the months of January and February, I locked myself in and started to work on myself, like mentally, because physically, I already achieved like a great body, and for the first time, I was looking at the mirror, and instead of feeling bad, feeling guilty, or feeling disgusted, I was actually pumping up myself. I was saying, oh my gosh, like you're so hot. Oh my gosh, you have abs. Oh my gosh, like I was pumping me, like looking at me. And this is also the point of what I want to tell you, because that's my story. And yeah, just to end it up, because we are in 2026. So what happened from 2024 is actually like I locked myself in. I work a lot on myself, and I did a lot of mental work. And then I just decided to buy a ticket to Dubai. I rented myself a house. And after that, I actually met my boyfriend. Like I already met him once in another city, but we met again in Dubai, and from that moment we never separated, and we start traveling. And this is because it still is. This is a completely different relationship from my other one. But yeah, I'm not here to talk about this, even if I probably have a lot to say about relationship stuff. But the point is this one, is that in 2023 that broke up allowed me to change my life, to change myself, to review everything that I was being at that time. And after that, I give myself the permission to be successful, let's say. And so I started a few business, and my main business were just about always being in stock market, and actually I did some investments in real estate. So right now my main income is coming from that, and I have different properties. Some are mine, some are not. So I'm also helping people to put their houses on Airbnb and making an income from that. um but I'm not doing like seriously. I actually did it like for like close people, you know. I'm not promoting myself because I stopped using social media, and I lived and did everything in private. And so this video is going to be really long if I'm going to explain everything that I learned without social media and stuff, and everything that I did. But I want to end the video just saying why I'm here. Because the thing is, after just 1 year and a half of working and building things and traveling the world with my boyfriend and receiving princess treatments, like I just had princess treatment. I mean, like, he gave me those flowers just because. Brought me also a little card, and he says, I hope to be able to give you everything you desire every day, forever. So I want to close this video, and I want to say why I'm here and why I started to post on social media. And I arrived to this point because I did all in private, and I did many things. As I said, I traveled the world, and I built a life that I was dreaming in 2019. Because in 2019, like, it's when I actually started to a work on myself. I started to scripting, to journaling every single day. And I remember really clearly that in 2019, I was writing on my journal, like, I want to be free, I want to live in Bali, I want to travel the world, I want to be financial free, I want to have passive incomes and have a relationship I'm happy with and stuff. And I just like look at myself one day and said, like, oh my gosh, like, you actually have the life you wanted, and you have everything. Yeah, you can ask for more. I can ask for more. I know I can ask for more. I know I always can have more. But the thing is that I'm really satisfied. I'm currently in Bali, and I'm not here on holiday, and it's not my first time here. As I said, I'm coming to Bali actually since 2013, and I have also some properties here. So I'm here also for work, like, not work, but like to make some investments and stuff, and like to see how my properties are going and stuff. And the thing is, like, I look at myself and said, and now what? And now what? And oh, yeah, of course, I didn't mention that, but I still have the body of my dreams, have more muscle, and I look in the mirror and love my body, and that's what is important for me. And yeah, I said, like, now what? What's next? And I asked myself, and I said, yeah, you did this in private. You built this in private. You did this in private. You built your peace in private. You built your stability, your incomes, and your abundance and your lifestyle. And I didn't document any of this. I don't know why. Maybe I know. Like, if I ask myself, I know. But going back, like, I won't say I changed things, because I won't change things, because I know that everything that happened and everything actually allowed me to arrive here. But I asked myself, what if I've documented like all this change, all this progress, you know? And sometimes I kind regret this, like, to not document everything. And since I decided to have no regrets, I just start to make changes, because I learned a lot during those years. And the main reason I'm here is just because, first of all, I want to document now on, because I know I will go to next level. I know I'm ready to go to the next level. And second, because I really want to bring you with me. And third, I want to bring you with me by also helping some people. Doing what? I ask myself, like, what am I good, or what I like, or what am I good, and what I can help people. But the real reason is that you can help by inspiring others. You can help by what you achieved. And so I asked myself what I achieved, and I just told you my transformation, my change. And since it took me more than 8 years to have a transformation to change my life, and this is just 30 minutes talking, I don't know, I didn't tell you everything. I didn't tell you everything I went through. Before making money, I struggled a lot. I used to live by myself without having even a job, trying to manifest. I moved out from my house when I was 14. And from that time, I started like experiencing things, experiencing life alone, trying to survive. And nowadays, I think that making experiences is what actually forge you. So I'm here because the thing is, I always felt a call inside, a call of like helping people, being an example, inspiring others, and just bring value to the world, make my contribution. I don't know if everybody hears that. I don't know if I'm one of the many people who actually hears that. But the thing I know is that I always heard that since a lot of time. But the thing is that, first of all, I never listened to it. Second of all, when I was listening, I wasn't ready to hear it. And I wasn't ready to put myself out. I didn't have results. I didn't feel ready. I judged myself. I wasn't secure. I didn't have the results I wanted. Like, I couldn't even help myself. Like, how could I help other people? But now I look at myself and I said, you reached a lot of things and you have a lot of time because you have passive incomes, like literally. I'm a fucking Pilates girl, gym girl, whatever, going for walks and managing my Airbnbs, like doing some investments. Like, that's my day. I'm not fulfilled. So I'm here because I want to fulfill more my life by helping people, by inspiring people, by being a mentor, a guide, a coach, whatever you want to call. I want to join conversation with people and just make the difference for who I can, who I resonate with. I know I have something inside of me and I know I can help people. And I know I achieved a physical and body transformation. And I now think that your body is just a reflection of the person that you are. So I'm not here to explain you my service and my products, okay? Because I haven't like figured all it out. I kind of know in my mind, and I probably leave down below some shits and a paper you can fill if you feel like a call, like if you want to work. But basically, we will work on first your body because your body is just like the starting point. And then with changing your body, you will change your personality, your mindset, and your mindset will allows you to change your life. That's my path. That's what I did, and that's what I can teach to others. And that's what I'm called to teach to others, and that's what I decided to teach to others because I want to go to a next level with you, and I'm ready to put all of myself in this work. So, I hope to see you soon. I hope you understand why I brought myself here. And let's fucking do it. Let's fucking like improve together. Let's fucking build our fucking highest version together. Kisses.